You're gonna do guys.
Thank you, Tristan.
Thank you, Nev.
Thank you, Nana.
Oh yeah, thanks to the chef. Don't know you're blessed.
Come
That's
on,
up.
then.
So we probably Lara eat the chicken. God's willing.
Hi guys, welcome back to our live, Real Chat Real Life. You know, it's your girl Bill Keys, and I'm here with
Nisa.
Chalet.
and,
Daniel.
and today we have a
special
special
guest.
guest.
Samuel, welcome.
Thanks for having me, guys. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
Juice, drink, everything.
So we were munching. They're munching. It's Friday. So
How you guys Friday been?
Sorry we're a bit late, but we're here. Hope you guys are tuning in. Share the live, like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to follow our page, Real Chat Real Life.
Boom, boom.
In all thy ways, acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. Proverbs 3, verse 6. Oh God, help me keep you first in my life. This is the word of the Lord.
thanks
Thanks
be
be
to
to
God.
God.
Amen.
Amen.
Now we can begin.
So we're gonna dive right in. What are you going to speak first?
We wanted to speak about Jamaican parents / African parents, like growing up with Jamaican and African parents. What it's like having parents that's Jamaican or African.
Compared to having my
Yeah.
African parents.
Well, we can talk
Go
about
first.
Jamaican.
Wait. So, have you
We'll let our
any
special
experience?
guest go
You
first.
want me to go first?
But first of all, we forgot to ask about how each other
Oh,
day
days,
went.
yes.
So
Oh, is it?
Dan, you're the
Yeah.
special guest, so you can tell us how your day went.
Well, my day was alright. I'm excited to know exactly how my day went, to be honest with you. Normal working day, I guess. Normal Friday.
Yeah.
School teacher, so work with special needs kids. As busy as it can get, to be honest with you. I'm just looking forward to this in the evening as well, to come and join you lot's talk show.
Yeah.
But man, I'm here. I'm glad to be here.
We're happy to have you as well.
Thank you.
And Lisa?
Well, my day, as usual, on a Friday, you're gonna hear this a lot. Cleaning, spending time with my eldest son because he doesn't go to college on Friday, so we get to get that one-to-one, one-on-one on a Friday. And yeah, just cleaning today, generally trying to set up for the podcast. As you can see, we've got a new background here. So
Real
yes.
Chat Real Life.
Yeah, that was in the
Follow the
making.
social
So
medias.
yep.
You know what I mean?
So that was my day all in all. And my sister came and joined me in the afternoon. And yeah, we spent the rest of the day together until now. We're still here.
Well, my day was a bit busy. I done a bit of laundry, and then I done a bit of shopping. I don't know where I find the money sometimes, but I found it.
Yep.
Yeah.
At least you're being honest.
Yeah.
Being honest, man. You're being
Yes!
honest.
Well, my day, I'm working at school as well. And it was busy, but
She talked every morning.
Yeah.
Yes, we talk every
But
morning.
I feel like, I don't know about you guys, but now that the Easter holiday is drawing near,
Coming
the
up.
children are not listening.
Yeah.
They get excited.
They're just
They get
all over the
excited.
They
place.
sense it.
So it's like your days are even more hectic
Longer.
and tiring, and yeah, by break time I've got a headache. I'm like,
Good
you like
evening,
giving me a
Chris. Thanks for
headache.
logging in.
You're
But
finished.
yeah, that was the school part. Like my day part of the thing was school was hectic, and yeah, I finished school and I had to run and do some errands, and then I make it down here to my girls
Yeah. No,
to do our
podcast.
show. We've got a male with us tonight, so we
Yeah,
can't
we
too
saying
go
something
in on the
different.
men.
Oh, we still go in and then
I'm
you
here
can
to
tell
fight
us.
for it.
Tell us
I'm here
yeah.
to even the
Yeah.
playing ground.
Oh
Get me?
god, but yeah, guys, that was our day. We had a day, and we have to say thank God we're blessed. We're still here.
Yep.
We're healthy.
Health
We
and
don't have
strength.
any. Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Same way.
God first and everything else after.
Good evening,
But-
Chris. Thank you for tuning in. Chris said Happy Mother's Day because he won't.
Oh, yeah,
he won't
thank
get to tell us
you.
on Sunday.
Thank you,
Thank you
Chris.
for
That's a
thinking
blessing.
about us
Thank
on
you
Mother's
very
Day.
much.
You know, it's not
That's a
here yet.
blessing message.
He said he's not going to be able to tell
Yeah,
us on
that's-
Sunday.
that's
Thank you very much.
Kind
for
of
that.
you, Chris. And thanks for logging in as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, we want to go to topic.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about, as I said,
Yeah.
Jamaican parents / African parents, but we're all kind of Jamaican background, so
Yeah.
we can
We
talk
can't
on
really
a
talk
bit
about
more.
Yeah.
If there's any of our audience out there that's African, if you could
Yeah, but
just
the
send
winner.
us some message and stuff. So basically, Jamaican parents growing up.
Yeah. You want to give Dan the
Oh yeah,
floor?
sorry, yeah, me,
Yeah.
me, first time guest. Well, yeah, man. Obviously, I'm Jamaican as well. I'll give a little bit of background, I guess, and it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I was born in Jamaica, all right. So, and then I came to England when I was 10. So, I used to, especially when I was younger as well. I was just like half my life was there, half my life was here.
Yeah.
But as I've gotten older now,
It's more
Yeah.
here.
most of my life is there. You know what I'm saying to you?
We
Oh,
all,
man.
we all
Yeah.
can relate to
Yeah.
You know what I'm
that.
saying
We all,
to you?
yes.
That's the first thing, obviously, my mind will go to because, and then thinking about my mum now, my mum was a different mum in Jamaica. I'll tell you that for free, yeah. My parenting in Jamaica was completely different to my parenting here. You know what I'm saying?
So in your younger days, did you like the parenting back home rather than the parenting here? Because soon as you spend
Yeah.
1 to 10 there,
Yeah.
but then 10, we just say 10 to 20 because we're still ongoing,
Still
but
going,
we're
yeah.
doing the half and half. You're 11 going up to 20 or so on.
Yeah.
Is that what comparing that to being Jamaican and up to 10, or what you could see with like your family members 1 to 10? Do you prefer Jamaican growing up in Jamaica to growing up
I
here?
think when I analyze it as an adult,
Mm-hmm.
I can say my mum learned how to become a better parent,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
right? Because when we was in Jamaica, discipline was a strong thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We don't take the Jamaican
Yeah.
way,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
bust
the thing.
ass.
Growing up in
Yes.
Jamaica,
Bust
is
ass.
like
You know
moral.
what I'm
You
saying?
get ass whooping, you get
Guy,
whooped.
man, this is but I'm saying
Yeah,
to you.
you're
Your lip
whooping.
long up too much.
But I give
Jesus.
thanks for it same way as well because
Yeah.
at
Because
least
it
I
builds
learned
you. Yeah.
character,
Yeah.
right? Resilience, and most importantly, the
Discipline
message
as
my
well.
mum was trying to teach.
Yeah,
me.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
from a
Saying
young
to you,
age.
don't
Now
be-
you're older, you get it.
I appreciate
Yeah.
that. But then again, as I said, my mum did become a better parent, in my personal opinion, when she came here as
Here.
well. Because she also incorporated, she got the discipline part locked,
Mm-hmm.
unlocked. But at the same time, she came as well, and she also opened up the communication part as well.
Mm-hmm.
She learned how to listen a lot better. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? And
yeah,
it's like,
yeah,
it's like, oh
yeah.
wow, that's
Yeah,
a different
yeah.
aspect to my mum's parenting I never
Yeah.
really saw when I was in Jamaica.
Yeah.
But over here, there was a little shift. And there's political reasons behind it. Nah, you know what I'm saying to you.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, her parenting got a little bit better when she came here as well, to be honest with you. I mentioned my dad, but my dad was in the picture as well.
Yeah.
But his parenting style was consistently the same.
Oh, you never
My
check.
dad
One
never
one
beat me.
person has to keep
Right?
that up.
Yeah.
But I feel like
They
the
never
big
bust
man,
my ass.
yeah.
You
But he
never
didn't
got beat
need
for
to.
your dad.
Yeah.
Nah, but he didn't need to.
One thing-
Jamaican
one thing
parents
speak,
won't
right?
look.
My dad did never beat
Yeah,
me.
once it all. And
My
that's the
mum
difference.
whooped my ass plenty of times.
Yeah.
And my dad
But
never
don't
put
you-
his hands on me once.
Yeah, but don't you find with mom and dad,
Yeah.
the children will play up for the mom, but once the dad step in, it's like they just
Yeah.
they just keep
Yeah.
quiet.
You didn't need to.
No, but when I say step in, I don't mean like to beat,
Beat,
but like
yeah,
just
but just
give
like,
you a
it's
look or
different-
say something.
Yeah, which we can. That's a
Different
further topic
yeah,
we can
yeah,
touch on
yeah,
as well.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying to
yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah.
But no, I never got beaten from my dad. It's only my mum that gave me the beatings. But my dad's style was consistent, parenting style. Whether it was a Jamaican man or a British man, his
Yeah.
style was consistent. I'm saying to you, and he had a phrase as a slogan. He's something I'm gonna carry on in my life. Morning, night time, son, take it easy.
Really?
I
Oh.
promise you.
Wow.
Every day of my life, I heard that phrase from my dad.
Don't over
Good, bad, bad,
Take it easy.
Take it easy, son.
That's-
Which is
that's
right,
good,
because-
that's good.
That was
Yeah.
his. I can't ever get that phrase
Yeah.
out of my head. That's
Yeah.
my dad. Yeah. Wait, and my dad's passed away now. See what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah,
rest in
yeah,
peace,
yeah,
rest in
Yeah,
But
now
that
it's only
won't
my
leave
mum
you.
there, but
Yeah.
my dad That was his
And
style.
do you find that now in your adult life that take it easy even coming
Oh,
even more
mate.
right now?
You know what I got from the amount of wisdom I got from my father
Yeah.
was mad, you know.
Yeah.
Because it just taught me, when that phrase alone is just teaching patience.
Yeah,
Yes.
Just be
patience. Yeah.
patient, bro. Don't
Yeah, because we get so caught up with life and wanting this, wanting that, need to do this, need to do that. Sometimes we
But
don't
be
even remember to
patient.
just stop.
You have to be
Patient.
patient
And smell the
Take it
roses
easy.
Yeah,
as
just,
well.
yeah, definitely. You
Yeah.
have to
Just
stop and
stop.
think.
So
Just
to
take
wrap it
that
up a
time
little
out.
bit, I do think I was a bit lucky because
Yeah.
I got every touch of a parenting style that I
From-
think
yeah.
is beneficial
Yeah,
for youth, especially
Yeah.
hard discipline.
yeah.
So I know how to work hard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Communication, boom. Life is about compromise. You have to understand.
Yeah.
And then there's wisdom.
But weren't they both working parents as well?
Correct.
That's why you're
Correct.
hardworking because
Yeah,
that's what
correct.
you grow up to see.
again,
And this is
my
gonna-
dad was the breadwinner in Jamaica. Easy.
Yeah.
Come here.
It was a
And
little,
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
and both
This
of them
is
had
this
to
is
chip
gonna
in.
flow on to our next question as well. So
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought that bit up. So it's gonna flow on.
Yeah,
But I can say I came here when I was 17.
yeah,
So most of my childhood life was in Jamaica.
yeah.
I came here like 17 in 18, 19, 20. You're not far from being a not adult, but yeah, what they classify as, yes, you're free to you're reach the age of consent to do whatever certain things. So I think that coming here and coming not to a parent, as Dan came here to his parent,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
have a home with a dad and a mom. I
Yeah.
came here to a relative,
Yeah,
which was a bit different for me because I'm in a new country
yeah,
and I came seeing a relative that I didn't really know much
Yeah.
about. So like
Massive,
it's me
massive
getting to
change.
know that person getting to know me, and I feel sometimes it can get cross wrong because we didn't really know each other enough to say, well, yes, you know that I'm this kind of person.
Yeah,
so if you
yeah.
see this behavior, this is
yeah,
because
that's why.
or you're like that person. So it was a little bit of a cross. Why
But
you're there.
before you even came here to that relative, did you? Because it's like a similar thing with myself as well. Did you have that fear? Because I remember when I was coming here, I was crying my eyes out, and my aunt was like, "Why are you crying?" And I'm like, "I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what I'm going into. It's all a whole. It's like I'm gonna start life all over again."
See,
So
you
yeah,
guys'
there's a fear
experience is
there.
completely different to mine.
Yeah.
I didn't cry. I cried that I'm leaving my mom because
Yeah.
my mom is my
Everything.
everywhere my mom was. I was there.
Yeah.
You understand? I grew up in a home with a dad and a mom to a certain age, and then it was just mom.
Yeah.
But my dad was in the picture.
Yeah.
He was there. I'd
Yeah.
go like on holidays and spend holidays with my dad.
Yeah.
So it was like taking away. My mom was my best friend. To be honest, I had friends, but my mom was my best friend.
Yeah.
So, and then this little one here
Yeah,
came,
came
and
out.
it's like she was my childhood basically. So I always wanted a sister, and getting her was one of the
Plus.
happiest moment. But then once she came, I had to leave. So it's like
You didn't
I
get
asked, I
that
prayed
one.
for a sister, and then I got a sister, and then
Yeah,
I'm
had to go.
oops, and I'm gone. So when I came here and things kind of get a little bit scared, I started to cry, and I was like, Mom, I want to come home. Like I miss that love, I miss that everything. Like when I was back home, I used to be. It's like a queen of the house.
Free,
I
man.
didn't clean, I didn't wash, I didn't cook. Doesn't mean that I don't know how to do it. I was just, my mom just treated us that way. My brother was 20, I was 17. He didn't have to cook, he didn't have to wash. That's just how our mom was, just a mom that didn't really allow us, not even allow, she did everything really.
Yeah.
But it didn't mean that we weren't there watching and learning how to cook and stuff like that. So coming here and to do certain things, I had to grow up real fast and real fast. When I mean real fast, it's like it's like jumping out of the pot and jumping the fire. So you literally had to grow up fast. So as I said, like when I look back, I can't talk about growing up here in the younger days, but when I look at my kids, I see that there's opportunity for you here
You should make
that
use
is
of
not
it.
there in Jamaica. And I speak to my children so much about it. Like, take advantage of the opportunity that's here, because when you look at back growing up back home, I used to wish that I could travel from point A to point B,
Easy.
like as in an aeroplane.
Bus
You
or
see,
whatever,
you have to have money back in the days to say you're gonna take an aeroplane. You know how much
Mm.
I was the person that see family coming and
Flying
going,
from
and
foreign, yeah.
and you're there watching and
Or when
hoping
school
when
trip.
it's when
School
we
trip
even
going
the Disney
Disney, you don't
school
even
trip,
take
and
that
you don't
letter
have
to
no
your
money
mom,
to
you
go
know
in
you
that.
going.
Disney
You know how much that
No, you ain't.
you know how much that
No,
made
no, no.
you know how much that
apply
made
for
you feel.
visa.
You're not
Yeah,
gonna go.
you ain't gonna get
It's
the
not gonna
American
happen,
visa.
love.
So I had
Take your
family
mind off
members
that
that's
one.
going on them trips, and I'm like, wow, like when is
When,
gonna be
yeah,
when it's
yeah.
gonna be us? Like my kids, they're raised in this country that they can fly to a few places
Yeah.
without a visa and stuff, and I have to give God thanks to take me here. So. And then, as I said, it's different generation, because Dan came when he
I
was
was
10 in a
So
family home, like mom and
What I
dad.
didn't get excited to fully grow up in Jamaica as well. You know, to become a
Yeah, and
older
yeah,
person in
in
Jamaica.
there.
I didn't get to have that
And then you
experience.
have me I came here when I was 17, and then you have my sister that came a little bit older than Dan, and like bang in the middle of both me and Dan. She came here at 13, so, but then she came along with my mom, so she kind of get that, not both parents,
It's a
but
family
one
reunion,
parent
yeah.
and a family. She have a sister here, a brother here, so she kind of get a little bit more of a stronger union and bond than I did. And you can tell about yours, that how was your experience going to school here, like secondary school,
I loved it.
You know, comparing
comparing to
No,
Jamaica?
here.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I loved it here because like when
She
I went there,
and she went
So,
here,
yeah,
innit? So
I
yeah.
went primary there. I
So
didn't
that's the
get-
thing. So she
yeah.
can
Yeah, I
talk
didn't get
about
to get
secondary
primary.
here
I never
and
get to touch
there.
the secondary.
yeah, it was amazing going secondary over here because it's like when I went there, everyone was just like, speak Jamaican,
Yeah,
you're
literally.
Jamaican, and it was just like I felt so seen because coming from Jamaica,
And
I was
especially-
I was going to like a all girls school. And like you have to work for your place there, literally. So I felt good when I went to school, and it was like both, like it was mixed as well. Because my primary school was mixed, then my secondary school was all girls. So then coming back to mixed again, and then I'm a teenager now. It was a different experience.
That's so funny.
She's
Memories
remembered.
coming back, bro.
Hey,
Yeah, she's
someone's reminiscing.
remembering the
Remembering
teenage days. Yeah, so
it's different still.
Oh, but I obviously I've got siblings as well, innit? And my closest brother, he had a little experience because he started year 7. No, he made it to year 8 or grade 8 in Jamaica before we had to come.
yeah,
Because
Yeah, that's like me.
yeah.
That's
yeah.
like
Grade
me.
5.
Yeah.
And then I had to come. I was just like, okay. So he got a little experience of, secondary school in
Yeah,
Jamaica,
yeah.
which I'm pissed about. But
But I feel like going to school in Jamaica,
Mm.
if I had continued on, I feel a little bit like I'd be better off because in Jamaica, like your parent have to pay for like your education.
Yeah.
Over here,
It
it's
pushes
just
you a
free.
bit more in it.
So
Yeah,
it's
like
like
you don't
feel,
care.
yeah, like in Jamaica, I had more
Sense.
drive to
Yeah.
do work and stuff because
Because you would hear,
In high school,
school,
spend my
Yeah,
money.
yeah,
in
all
high
of them
school,
comments there.
Make sure I learn
it.
Paying
You would be
for-
hearing that.
Nah, I felt more. I don't know what the word is, but I just know that I had to do work
Yeah.
and get things done because every day I'm going. Like, when the book lists come, I have to. My mom have to buy them book.
Yeah.
Sometimes she can't buy all of the book.
Yeah,
them, so,
or sometimes second-hand books.
Yeah,
they can't
so
buy the new ones.
and then I have to go to school with the books on
Yeah.
my back.
Oh, you
It's
talking
like
about over
it's
here
like
now,
a
yeah?
drive
Yeah.
compared to here.
Oh,
I'm going
yeah.
to school.
No
I don't
books
have
are
to
there
bring no
already,
books. The
yeah,
books
yeah.
are there, just
No
sitting
books,
down.
yeah.
So
already.
it's just so different, and then coming here as well, you're going high school, you don't have to pay for it, it's just free.
Yeah.
So you're just thinking, okay, I can gallivant. No,
Yeah.
you should have
Yeah.
been just studying and be doing the same thing you was doing in Jamaica. Not to say I don't have no subjects and that, but
Yeah.
I feel like if I was in Jamaica, I would have
You
been
drive
more
more,
disciplined,
yeah.
more disciplined, and more head on what I wanted.
And
Yeah.
don't you see with us guys that work in the school? Don't you see that with the children with the supply? Because the children with the
It's
supply,
different.
they
Mindset.
don't take care of them.
Yeah.
Like the rulers, they bend them,
Oh,
break
I
the
see what you mean.
pencils.
Over
in
here,
school.
yes, and they
Then-
steal
then-
them as well.
Like perfect example today in class. We had a whole issue about glue. I had to chime in and like, this is not your glue.
Oh,
and I
two
find that the
students.
children here, they don't like sharing.
Yeah.
So I had to say, it's not
mine,
your
it's
glue.
mine,
Yeah, it's
it's
my
mine,
glue. Why
it's
are you
mine.
taking?
And
Why are you
it's
borrowing?
not-
I'm like, it's the school supply and it's for everyone to use it. So you
right.
need to learn to share. And then the school rule is to care for one another. Like, what does the school rule say? They all start to say the school rule, but you're
They
not
don't
doing
do it.
it.
None of them is sharing.
You're not
Yeah.
doing the school
But that's,
rule.
mindset, culture, society.
Yeah.
You put children from disadvantaged background in certain
Yeah.
positions over here.
Yeah.
They were laughing at everybody
Yeah.
else, bro.
They'd be happy.
Very happy.
They'd be very happy.
No matter where you're from, you can
But-
have a good or bad parenting experience. Not everyone know how to raise a child. That's a comment.
That is true.
Thank you,
That's
Chris.
true.
Thanks
That
for
is
comment.
That is true. Being a good parent, there is no book. There is no set way.
Yeah.
You're in England, you're in
Yeah, but-
Jamaica, you could be in an African tribe somewhere.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
One thing I
You
think,
know.
like with parents, I think the dad and the mother, they should always be in sync.
Yeah.
Like it shouldn't be one rule
Yeah.
coming from dad and then mom is
Next,
going around
yeah.
and saying, nah, like
if
you
Yeah.
mom
can
and
do
dad are
it.
in the picture,
And
Yeah.
and if the child come to mom and asks a question, I think the mom should check with the dad. Is this true?
Yeah.
And if it's the same thing. If
But
the
that's-
dad
that's-
say if the child go to the dad and ask something, the dad should contact the mom and say, you come and say something, is that the way it goes? Because then children, sometimes they try it and
Obviously,
they'll lie.
Yes,
put
yes,
two
yes.
people against
Yeah,
each other.
put the mom and dad against
But they
each
do
other.
that at
against each
school.
other.
They
Yeah.
do
With
that.
the
They go
teachers,
to the
yep.
teacher. They say,
Yeah.
"Can I this?" And
Yeah.
and then you're like,
Yeah.
"What
Yeah.
did Mister say?
Everybody-
What
Yeah.
did?" Yeah, they go around and
It's
try
like
to.
in my
Trying to
class,
find out
no one goes
And
to
we're
the
like,
actual teacher to
and
go
we're
to the
like,
toilet.
anything this one said, anything that one said, that's it. We just said anything
Nope.
they said, that's it.
Sometimes I would
That's
say to them, go ask the teacher because I know if you ask the teacher, she's gonna say, no, you're
Yeah,
not going
no,
to the
different
toilet, so
story.
you come to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sometimes I've
Different
got to
story.
switch it up so they know that it's
Yeah.
not all the while you come to me, you're gonna get to go to the toilet.
Yeah.
And the other question I was gonna say lead on is having a home without a dad, like growing up without a dad. What effect did that have on you? That I could ask you, Shelley, because you can relate on
Well,
that topic.
I didn't grow with my dad. He was in the picture,
Yes.
but I didn't grow
In
with
the
him.
household,
Yeah,
yeah.
He wasn't in the household, but he was there. But even though he wasn't there, I grew with a granddad.
That
We're
takes
called
it that
dad,
the father
yeah.
figure.
Right.
Because
There we
I
go.
grew up
Was that your mum?
My mom's dad.
Okay.
So because I grew up hearing everyone calling him daddy, I
You
call
call
him
him
daddy
daddy.
as well.
Yeah.
And he was like the best grandfather ever. Like if any problems I'm having with my mom, if she go, because my mom used to go, Jamaican, they love parties.
Yeah, man.
So she'd leave me and I'll cry the house down and he'll find his spare key, take me out and take me this way because no one's going to sleep until someone take me out that room. I'm not sleeping in there. But yeah, even though my actual dad wasn't there, there was like father figures there because I had my dad there and then I have my two uncles there. But I think as I grow older, I wanted that
Dad
bond
and
with my
father,
dad. Like
yeah.
I want to have a bond with him. And funny enough, I built a bond with my dad when he traveled to America.
Okay.
Because then I was in that
He's calling
teenage
you every day
mood.
kind of thing?
Yeah, it was calling me every day. But funny enough, when he was going to America, I didn't talk to him because we didn't have a bond. So when my other siblings was like saying bye, I was just shying away like I don't know him, but the bond wasn't there. But when teenager years kick in and I'm throwing tantrums and I don't want to listen to my mom, I would vent to my dad.
Call him.
And then that's how we build a bond.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're gonna still want that as a girl. Even as boys, they probably need their father because they need that man. But as a girl who didn't grow with a dad, I wanted that bond with a dad, and I did build a bond with him. It's just that it took a while, but we did because we've got that bond now,
Good.
and I'm
Yeah,
grateful
which is
for
good.
it.
You get
Yeah.
there.
no,
Yeah.
I'm grateful
you have to
for
be
it.
grateful, so,
That's
yeah.
good.
But yeah, fathers are important, and
They are.
me
And as you said, you were raised with
A granddad.
with a granddad
With a
and
granddad.
uncles that
And
took
uncles
that
as
place.
well,
But
yeah.
they have that
Yeah.
that father figure.
because I was
so-
the only child of the family, so the
Yes,
only
she
child,
is.
the only
All the attention,
grandchild,
mate.
Yes, she
the
is.
Wow.
only
Yes, she
niece, the only
Yes, she
there was no nephew.
The
So
attention.
no, I
You-
got legs. Trust me, they didn't spoil me.
Oh, they did it?
They did
Wow.
not spoil me.
Go
If
with
my
an
mom
only
don't
child,
do
get
it,
all
you
the
can know
attention.
my uncle. I've got my eldest, like our eldest brother. He's like the one who will pet me, but the other one is very stern, and my granddad is very stern.
No.
So even though I'm the only, don't think that they
No
didn't pay
spoiling.
me.
Yeah,
Like
got you.
they were on it. But yeah, girls gonna need that.
But I
Not
think
girls,
girls-
just children in general.
Children
need
that
that.
bond with
But
But
them.
I think girls also need their
A male
father,
figure,
a
yeah.
male figure,
I
because
never
then
really looked at it that way.
because the reason why I said that is
Interesting.
then they could actually get. I know moms can teach, but then they can actually learn about
How a man
they
should
how a man
treat
should treat a
them.
woman as
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
like, in a sense.
That is
Same like as I said to you,
Role model.
my son said, "Mom, if I have a girlfriend, I'd like you to be able to say to me, not choose for him, but be able
You
to
know, call
guide
out the
him
bad
because
things.
I'm
Yeah.
also
A woman.
A woman.
Yeah.
You understand? So, which is the same with a son, or it don't have to be biological mom. It can be even the auntie herself playing that figure as a mom.
Yeah.
But what you're saying that you don't think
Yeah,
so.
I didn't grow up with my dad. I think he left when I was 4,
Yeah.
and then he came back when I was, I think, 12. But during like 4 to 12, I wasn't really thinking about having them around.
Yeah.
I
You're
was
young,
with
you
my
just wanna
mum.
play, yeah.
I was
and
with
mum
my
is
mum.
there.
I had him on the phone, but like I didn't really need him around because I had my mum, and my mum
Yeah.
was doing both roles. 'Cause
Yeah.
my mum is a bit off both.
Yeah,
She'll do anything that a man can
She's
do.
a
So-
jack of all trades.
You don't
Yeah.
wait
And
on
then-
a man to do
Yeah,
anything.
and then I come out to be just like
Nah,
that
you just
because
get
We
up
come
on
out
the
to be
way.
like
Yeah.
that until it affects in a relationship. Because then
Because you
we
want to get up
if we
and do
say
everything.
can
Yeah.
if we say can you put up that table and the table is
We
there,
don't believe.
I don't
I'm
wait
I should
till
have asked you
now.
like
And then
3 or 4 times
you
to
come
do
in and you
it.
see
No.
the table and you're like, oh, but you could have waited
Yeah,
from
yeah.
it.
You act like you are the man.
I am that
I've been
person. I
asking
get
you,
it
I've
from
been
my mom
waiting.
because my mom don't wait on nobody.
I
My mom
didn't.
will do everything.
I
Like,
didn't really. Yeah.
everything that you can think
We
of.
can touch on that.
Yeah,
but,
my mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can
No,
flow on.
100%.
We can
No,
flow
no,
on.
but obviously, not having that father figure
Mm-hmm.
in going away from you lot's personal experiences,
Yeah.
it's a problem.
It
Yeah.
is. It
You know,
is.
Right now in society,
It's a big
you know
societal problem,
Like,
yeah.
wow, there's not many fathers in the
Yeah.
homes, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And I think obviously whether it's better for boys or girls, have to try and obviously pinpoint the problem.
Yeah.
And
trying
it's a
to
case
get
where men need to hold themselves accountable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, right, boys, we need to be doing better.
Yeah.
We need to have that conversation. But I think there's other things as well.
Lots
playing into
of
it.
factors. Yeah.
And it's just like people might not want to address those
Yeah.
points.
Yeah.
Because it's going to
That's
ruffle some
true.
feathers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying to you?
It's
Yeah.
true.
But if you're saying it is an issue,
Yeah.
and obviously men are, the cause or the
Yeah,
blame
yeah,
or
yeah,
wherever
yeah.
you want to put it, we need to also be sensitive, of other things that might be influencing what's going on, man.
Yeah.
And I think, Saida, the point of man and woman being able to be together
Mm-hmm.
is
Yeah.
such a difficult thing right now,
It
bro.
is a difficult
Yeah.
thing.
Do you understand what
It
I'm saying
is.
to you?
It
Like, we
is.
had that shit mastered.
Yeah.
Boom, 2,000 years, no
Yeah.
problem.
Mm-hmm.
Last 100, 200 years, can't happen,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
That's-
Like, man and woman can't
It's
be
an issue.
together.
It's an
But
issue.
then they've got their other agendas as well. Because if you look where man and woman is going, it's like man is just leaning to the man side of things.
Yeah.
Not all men.
But it's division.
Yeah, but man is just, and then woman is just, whether she's gonna go with a woman or she just have to be standing up as a man and a
A
woman.
woman, yeah. I think that's so. It's different problems, right?
Yeah.
Women have to play both
Both
roles,
roles.
Yeah.
and men are just not in the picture
Yeah.
at all, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
Like it's fucked up.
Yeah,
That's
it
right.
is.
But I think
That's
why
right.
that
Chat,
happens.
right?
I
Yes,
think why that
it's
happens
chat,
is
it's
because
Talk.
men are selfish.
You think because men are selfish? Why
Yeah.
are you saying that?
Yeah,
though?
why would-
Because
why you
obviously you're
saying
gonna have to
that?
talk about some of your personal experiences.
Yeah.
Real chat.
Real talk, this, real talk. But
Nah,
that is
I'm
only
not
one
real,
brother.
come on.
That brother ain't me either.
Yeah. So you can't label all men.
Yeah. You got it. But we can't eliminate, the real issue.
Yeah.
Like I said, the real chat.
Yeah.
What I will say, not to go off too far on it, but if I'm talking to young men and I can advise young men, I'm still a young man,
Yeah.
but discipline, accountability.
Yeah.
If you're making a decision to lay with a woman, to be with a woman,
Yep.
entertain
Yep.
a woman, whatever degree it is, you understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? to you?
TJ.
Understand, DJ. Understand what you're doing. understand what you're doing, and maybe women won't think you're selfish.
Nah,
And
but
remember when we talk about men saying that they're not ready for children, once you lie down, it is liable to happen.
exactly.
So you can't go to bed with that mindset that I'm not ready for children, because the only reason you're not gonna get a children if you're celibate.
Yeah,
Other
exactly.
than
Once
that,
you're doing it,
yeah,
it's possible.
It's a
Whether
possibility.
there's contraception or not.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah, like I
even
said, you have to
contraception.
understand.
Sometimes people
Yeah, that's
get caught
actually
on.
Yeah.
But that's a wider thing. I say to
Yeah.
younger men, master your lust.
Yeah,
Master
control
your lust,
it. Yeah,
control
true.
yourself, man.
It's true.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
How many?
And it come back to being
We're
disciplined.
going back to our culture. How many men in
Yeah.
our culture we know?
Yeah.
3, 4, 5 years.
And they can't keep up with the
Ninja
children.
man, 21.
Yeah.
21 salute.
It's funny, but it's just like, yo, it's
Yeah.
example.
It is, it is.
And you're only one dad. How can you be stretched out to
To
21 kids?
really cater
You
for
can't do it.
21 young
You cannot.
people.
It's impossible. Somebody's not gonna be pleased at some point.
And then you talk about the wider, we've got personal experiences, but if you're saying that's all a collective,
Yeah.
that's a bunch of unhappy people walking around, bro.
It's
Yeah.
true.
Let's
It's
be real.
true.
Let's just be
People
real.
with under
And they set out to
dishes.
make other people
the
unhappy
same
like they are.
misery in it, misery love
Yeah,
company.
yeah.
That's it.
So the cycle just keeps going around and around.
Which
And it
we
needs to be
have
broken.
as I said, we have
Yeah.
to address that.
Yeah.
We kind of touched this topic last week, Daniel. I'm just gonna ask you because you're a male.
Yeah.
It's a kind of I would say we kind of say that basically we think that sometimes men, because some men hurt females because of their experience, their
hurt.
past,
When you say hurt females, you're talking about emotionally or
Like-
physically?
emotionally, physically,
All of it, yeah.
because of how they've grown up, how they probably see someone treating their own mom,
Yeah.
and in general we feel
Okay.
that some men their soulmate is just a man.
Oh dear. She didn't go there.
Man, funny, bro.
You never.
That's a political way of saying it.
But this is what I just said.
That's
But
the
this is what I just
political
said.
way.
That's why you got man just moving towards man. And leaving woman to stand up on their own to be the man and the woman.
And then
That's fine. Yeah, you know.
that is their soulmate,
Say,
but then
another man,
they
their
feel that
soulmate.
they should still be with this woman when they know definitely deep down
It's a
in
man.
themselves this is
It's a
not what
man.
they
Listen.
want.
There's
It's just like a man who's
I
undercover.
ain't gonna lie.
He's got a
there
whole
is.
family, a wife,
Yeah,
children,
boom. Been
but
doing it for 20 years strong.
the person he's sleeping on her with is a man.
Yeah, that's what it's in the movie.
Like, don't do that. Like, you are traumatizing her. You're traumatizing the children because it's gonna come to the light. No matter
truth
how
always
long
comes
it
out.
takes,
Yeah.
it's
It could be in
gonna
your
come out.
60s, somebody gonna know.
And I think men should give women a chance that if you want to have multiple partners, give us a chance to, if we want to agree with it and say, yeah, that's fine, this
Polyamory.
is with me. Yeah,
Yeah, but speak up
they
about
don't
it.
wanna-
Don't.
Yeah, well,
They won't.
I mean, most men's, natural nature, cool, yeah. But
It's to
we're not
hide
talking
it.
about that. Not even hide it, but, most men, their biological incline, I want multiple women. Like, if most men are
fine.
not, no, hold on a sec. They're not, if you're not willing, you have to acknowledge it. Because as I said, go back to the earlier point, control your lust.
Yeah.
Control your lust.
Discipline.
You
Discipline is key.
religion, science, God made us a way.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So,
Go ahead.
so there's men out there that want multiple women. What
Right.
about the women that know about the other women?
And accept it?
Yeah.
What about those women?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Should they accept it?
Yeah.
Boy.
people look at them as
Boy,
Yemen. Why
what I
people
would say
look at
from
them
my,
as Yemen?
well, me from my personal point of view, I don't think for human beings, polyamory is the thing. I don't think that's for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? So that's my personal point
Yeah,
of view kind of
yeah.
thing. But is it possible? Yes. And unfortunately, you're not going to like this, but it's only possible if the man has multiple partners.
Yeah, because if
Fortunately,
it's
a woman can't
yeah.
have multiple partners. I believe if that was possible as well, we'd probably be doing that naturally. Do you know what I'm saying to you? But it's only possible if a man has multiple. The biggest
Wait,
reason
why it's
being,
not possible for a woman?
I'll tell you why. So with a woman, say a woman has 3 male partners.
Yeah.
all three want a child.
Not necessarily.
No. I'm just saying that
Yeah.
is
It's
a
just-
situation.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody's gonna have to wait.
Yeah.
Somebody's
And
gonna
no
have to
one
wait.
wants to wait.
Somebody's gonna have to miss out. She has to also be in agreement to have three children.
Three, yeah.
Whereas a man with 3 female partners, if
Yeah.
they all
Pick
want
up
a
club.
child,
Yeah,
no
it's
problem.
can
Pick up
happen.
Absolutely
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Pick
yeah.
up club.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, serious.
Two
Being
bodies,
dead serious.
same
be
month.
done.
Dead serious.
Yeah, it
5
can be
partners,
done.
same year.
See,
You
yeah,
want
it
to
can be
forget the
done.
whole lust thing, just on
No,
the
but one
survival.
woman, 2 of them can go same time as well.
No, man, I want that. You don't want that.
DNA got crossed.
Because our thing now is paternity fraud.
Yeah, DNA got crossed.
Men, we have a biological incline to want to know that child's ours.
Yeah,
So
before
if I'm
you
with
can
a
get
woman
attached.
that's with multiple male partners, even if
yeah,
she
yeah,
gets pregnant, how do I know that's
Yeah.
my
DNA.
That's
I have to wait for the
DNA,
child to
yeah,
be born.
yeah,
She
yeah.
knows it's hers, you know.
Yeah.
That ain't no problem. It's in her belly. But I have to wait for the child to be born. To
But what
decide
if you
who's
know
the father.
it's you who knock her
You
out?
know,
You
I
still
said-
need the
But in his
it
head,
has
it's
to
not
be
gonna
just me.
fit. Yeah.
I tell you this. To put it from this point of view, why was female virginity such a treasured thing?
Yeah.
It's the DNA testing was only invented in the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
For all the other time before, how do you think men knew the children were theirs? The woman was a virgin.
Oh.
I'm the only one that had sex with you.
Okay.
Of course, the child. has
Or
to be
it
mine.
could be wait, like you say, wait until the child is born, and if I can see my.
What's that? See,
No, that's what that came
Yeah.
after. That
Yeah.
came after.
But that's what the
Because
whole
of
point of
paternity.
women virginity, all of that,
Yeah.
is the only way to guarantee paternity.
Yeah.
For I'm talking about hundreds
Yeah,
of years.
yeah.
Because of patriarchy.
Yeah, patriarchy as well. We can touch on that if you want. But sorry, you asked the question.
No,
you know, what-
comment
Oh,
said
sorry,
that.
sorry. Because of patriarchy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, the patriarchy, people think of it in different
It
ways.
was easier to manipulate women when they weren't expected and allowed to be educated.
Yeah. That's there is truth there, especially
Yeah.
when it comes to the medical field
Yeah.
as well. What they didn't do for hundreds of years is really look at the biological aspects of women.
Yeah.
They didn't, you're the weakest gender. Don't need to worry about
That's
you.
it.
Yeah.
Put you to side. No,
Yeah.
be serious. That was, a real big wrong in society.
Yeah.
Hundreds of years, male scientists and doctors, all
Yep.
of that, blah, 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 didn't really examine women and how. Because,
They
you
didn't
know,
regard women.
pregnancies and periods, all of that.
Yeah.
You say, you couldn't move because nobody believed in you 500 years
Yeah.
ago.
No, they wouldn't.
Yeah,
They would
but
say
it's
lazy.
years
Sit
ago.
one down,
You're
sit
lazy.
down, yeah.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
saying you're lazy.
That's what I'm saying to you. So, 100%, understanding the female in itself has come
And
leaps and bounds.
Do you believe that men use pregnancy to trap women?
Some do.
Some men.
I wouldn't say most.
And
Yeah.
vice versa.
I wouldn't say most. I
Yeah.
would say, again, sorry, to go back to one of the original points as well, what I think a lot of modern men lack is emotional control.
Yeah.
So it leads to
Doing
the
that.
domestic violence,
Mm-hmm.
both verbal and physical.
Yeah.
Because, again, going back to the point, I learned a lot of wisdom from my father.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I'm facing a situation, especially, I'm not going to pretend like I had an argument with my partners,
Yeah.
and it gets mad. But you have to possess a certain skill to say, I'm not going to put my hand on a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Due to, a conflict in a relationship.
That's
You have to possess a skill that's come from knowledge, bro.
I learned to walk away.
How many men right now are
Yeah.
really getting that skill, understanding that?
Yeah,
bro?
they don't know.
Because, hey, listen, and you ain't going to like it again, the dad ain't there, bro. So when a mother's just there saying to the son, oh, yeah, son, just let it out.
Yeah.
Just let it out. Just be there and there.
Yeah.
All man just hearing his head. I don't have to control myself
Yeah.
when
just
I'm
wanna
feeling
do
pissed.
whatever. Or it could be
I'm
the
being
case
dead
where the
serious,
dad
you know,
beats
like-
the mom as
Serious.
well.
That is serious.
You ain't taught him no restraint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
No
understand?
self-control.
And we if we're gonna accept men are capable of causing more damage, who needs to understand restraint more?
The
Man,
man.
yeah, it's true.
Definitely.
Man.
That's true.
But I
Tell
think
me last
women
50
naturally have more
years, like, oh, no,
restraint
no.
than a man.
You lot do.
Yeah, we naturally
do.
know
We
how
naturally
to.
think
was
so.
born with that.
100%.
Yeah.
100,000%.
You do have restraint.
Because
trust
I
me.
tell you what, when two
You will learn restraint with that baby.
Yeah,
do
when
have
you grow up, you're
restraint.
gonna find out about restraint.
You do have
Right now.
restraint.
We do.
So yeah, man ain't got that. They'll hurt.
Yeah, but a next factor could be like a man beating his woman. It could be from his past trauma where his dad used to beat.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Why?
Those experiences for children and all of that is obviously mad, but when you're growing up witnessing domestic violence, it's learned behaviour, isn't it?
Or even locked in a room while mom and dad tear the house down.
Yeah.
You just stay crying.
And it goes back to an earlier comment as well. Not everybody knows how to be a parent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying to you?
And there's no manual.
There's
There's
things
no
in
book
the
for
homes,
it. So
in the homes, what's going on?
it's not an easy
But yeah,
road
good luck.
parenting.
Good luck, man. That's what I say to everybody, especially my age, you know. It's not easy right now.
Yeah, it's hard.
Being in a relationship, whatever level that is, because a lot of things are lacking.
And it's getting harder as well.
No doubt about it.
What do you think about when someone asks their partner for time or space? Do you think that have some effect on the relationship? Do you think that leaves like a gap for something else to happen? Yeah, because
100%.
why do people not
100%.
try to work things out rather than saying I want space, I want time? I think that most time when people ask for space,
they want to go do
time, they
something.
want to go do
is some part of your mind on
something. Yeah, you're
If
exiting.
If you're someone who's on
and then
space,
it's like you're testing the water, and if it doesn't work, you're coming
right
back. And I think it's not fair on the other person.
I don't do
like
that.
if I'm in a relationship and someone say they want space or time, I know what time.
Facts.
Like
Whether
back in the
it's
days,
3 months
I wouldn't.
later, 2 years later.
If someone said they want space, it depends. Because if you say, all right, give me a day for cool off.
Yeah.
No, that's a different thing. That's
But
if you said, okay, I don't want to talk about this, I want to be cool down, that's different.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But if they say they
Exactly.
want some space and you see 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
No, I don't do that space
No,
thing.
like
We're out.
it's like that 1-2 week, you must
A lot
you
can
can be doing
happen.
in that
Yeah,
time,
can happen
and then
in
you
that
see
time.
don't work, and then you come back.
Yeah.
Listen, I understand.
Like,
you
yeah.
make
And then a new
No.
thing come again, you're gonna come back
It's
to me and tell me
nice.
you want space
I
again.
think you
That's
should
it.
work
Nah, just-
through your thing.
You're
and
not
if
ready
it's
for a
not it,
relationship.
then you just know that it's not. It's
I
not.
got a bad habit, yeah. I'm not gonna lie. Anytime I'm arguing with any of my partners, I've noticed this now, it's a pattern. Anytime we're argument, difficult conversation, like I'm always willing to address it there and then. You know?
Yeah, it's the
But
best
I like
time. It's the
no.
best time. Don't
And-
let
and
it
the
stress
thing
you
is-
out.
Very rare
the
to
thing
find
is-
a man that want to adjust.
But the
you
thing is
know?
like that, sometimes I need to hear, as you're saying, yo, if the person saying to you, give me a day, 30 minutes, an hour, that's what I need to work on, you know what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
But
But you know what?
let's come to an end. I'm like, bro,
Yeah,
I
we
want
need
to address
to
it
talk about
now.
it.
That's it. I want to address it now.
No,
Do
do it right
you know what I'm
now.
saying to you?
But-
Like, I'm passionate like that.
Yeah.
It's very rare you find a man that want to adjust it now.
Most time they don't want
Most
to
time they want
No.
to sweep it under the carpet and the
Yeah,
carpet
ignore
build
it,
up.
ignore everything.
But at least you're
No,
saying
I love
adjust
to-
it
I
now.
love
They don't want to
to-
adjust it
Yes,
now. They don't want to
yes,
talk
ignore
about
it.
it.
Yeah, that's
I'd
nothing
rather
happens.
debate than sit there
Yeah,
silent.
that's
Do
me.
you-
You know what I'm saying to you?
Because we're gonna come to a solution
Solution.
by
You're
debating.
gonna
Yes.
have to compromise.
But if we don't
etc.
talk, it's just the
It's
situation is just sitting
It's
there.
there, and it's gonna come.
And then
up
the next
again
situation
another time.
arise, come and
then
sit
it's-
on it.
Yes,
No, I
yes.
want to address it there and now.
So do you read, because you know us female we're emotional and we have all things, and sometimes like we to let out certain things, sometimes we'll text these long paragraphs.
Okay, so people.
Do you read those long? As a
Oh,
man,
right.
do you read the long paragraph? Because I've got.
Or you ignore it.
Or do you ignore? Or do you just skip at the front and skip at the end?
I'm-
You don't know what is in the middle.
I'm 100% like that. I'm not gonna lie to
So
you.
all
it's
men
a
are
man
like
thing
that.
Yeah, no, I want to take it
Definitely.
person.
Definitely.
Not really a phone conversation, man.
Yeah.
I will compromise,
You're not reading
and I'm not really the
paragraphs.
texting either. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's me
Face to face,
personally
yeah.
or,
No man,
You
we
know
got
what I'm
men.
saying?
We got men.
but I don't
that's-
want to be pinging paragraphs like that. Because if it's paragraphs, that means the conversation should be happening in person.
Yeah,
I
we
like
should
that.
have been.
I
Yeah,
like
we
that.
should
I
have
like
been
that.
texting in
Yeah, I
person.
like that.
Yeah.
And I hate
I
being
like
on the
that.
phone for more than an hour or so.
Yeah,
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 it's just
I
like,
like
nah,
that.
my
We could be
hands
talking in
tight.
person.
I
You know what
like
I'm saying
that.
to you?
Yeah.
And on that, you know, I'll wait. If you have to come and then we
Yeah.
talk about it.
Well,
Cool.
that's a good way of looking
Yeah.
at it, because we
Yeah.
women love to send paragraphs.
But and
So
again,
ladies, if you're sending paragraphs, maybe
mindful.
think
Face to
about
face is
think
better.
about face
Be
to
mindful.
face.
Because
Yeah.
they ain't reading
Be
it.
mindful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
not
will
absorb.
sign.
Yeah, definitely not gonna absorb all of it
Yeah.
for sure.
It's like go over their head, read it.
It might do, yeah. I ain't gonna lie.
But for me, in an argument, I don't like to listen voice notes.
Is it?
No, because if you're talking to me in a tone, it's not gonna come out my head, and it's just gonna.
That is the next
Upset me
thing
for
about text.
hours.
Oh,
or-
voice notes, yeah.
Yeah, with that
With
text, it
text.
depends how you read the text.
That's
But
what I'm
that's the-
saying.
No,
You
you
can
can't-
interpret a text
Nah,
wrong, you know.
nah,
You
that's
know
what
how
I'm
much
saying
time
to you guys.
you know how much
That's
time
what- this
I'm
is the
reading
thing.
the text and I'm actually reading the text
Yeah,
like
no,
I
but
want to know when
angry.
that person
Yeah,
is
yeah,
angry.
tone,
I'm
yeah,
reading
yeah.
that
Angry,
undertone, and then I'm getting
Man
really
typed it like
angry.
this, you know. Not like this type of text.
Yeah.
You thought,
Yeah.
bro, it's worse. I don't know
Moderator.
how a man would when he sent the
Yeah,
message.
it's
You know what I'm
true.
saying to you?
I have.
Yeah,
I've read text
Yeah.
and I'm imagining that person in
Yeah.
an anger tone
Yeah.
and I'm
Oh, they
reading
must
like that,
speak
I'm like,
to you, yeah.
and then you're getting
And then
mad,
you get cross.
and I'm
Crazy.
boiling up.
Yeah.
So when that message come back,
Yeah.
when I'm sending back that message,
You
it's
can
not
tell the
gonna be
anger in
nice.
there, yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
gonna be
Yeah.
nice. So
you start
can.
shake because it's nervous.
That's
Get it
why,
out.
and for that simple thing, I don't really like text. I
Yeah.
really don't like text.
For me, it's the voice note. Like, if I hear a funny
The
tone
peace
in
walks.
there,
No, we're cooking rice and peas today.
Today is rice and peas. Don't wait on Sunday.
Trust me,
Not
that's
in
what I
this
said, yo,
episode.
early Friday evening.
Yeah, so I literally
Alright,
don't. I try not to text because
I'm a texter.
it is.
I
I
was
try
texting
not
as well.
to.
And I
I
will
try.
send them paragraphs.
I was no. I send my partner
send-
paragraph,
I'll send
and I
them
get upset,
paragraphs.
and then I call my friend.
And
I'm
when
like, I send him the paragraph, and he's not. He
not
don't even look.
regard
I'm like,
it.
he open it, and he
Right,
hasn't
but
replied,
that's
and
gonna
then I
break
like
you
get
even
that
more.
boils me up, and I'm
It's
like,
just like,
oh,
when
why
I'm
did you not-
angry, I'll put some things in all caps just to
Yeah.
know let you know I'm shouting.
For me, I'm an emoji queen. I'll use emoji for everything so you know what I'm on about.
I'm the emoji
like,
queen.
yeah.
And
It's
sometimes I
like
have to
everything I text, emoji has to be.
Right next to it, right
Sometimes
next to
I
it.
catch up
Boom.
on myself and then I delete the message. Delete.
No, but I did it.
I delete and then I think again and then when I
Same.
lay down and it
If I'm
comes
gonna
back
send
in my head.
something, I'm
No, yeah, if I type it, I'm
Send
not
it
deleting
again.
it, I'm
I
sending
Yeah,
it.
no,
receive
delete
going
it.
back to my phone, message, it. I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah.
So what we doing that for?
That's what my
No,
partner
yeah,
That's
doesn't
it.
like.
I hate
Say
deleting
Listen, my
messages. I
partner
hate
doesn't
it
like
so
that.
much.
If I send him something
I
and then I
hate it
delete
so
it, he
much.
does not like
It
it.
lets me do so much
Say
over.
what
Is
you
that
now.
we
What
just
you do?
delete?
No, but
What
the
did
next
you
one
delete?
is when they delete
Yeah,
it, you've
because I'm
already
not-
seen it. I'm like,
Yeah, and then one's there as well.
I-
Yeah.
I send stuff.
Sometimes.
I send stuff and then I delete it. But sometimes it's like sometimes I send the wrong thing and then I delete it
Nah.
and then it's like, why don't you just delete?
Yeah.
And I'm like, it wasn't like it wasn't
it wasn't
meant
even
for
meant
you.
for
It wasn't
you.
meant
Yeah,
for
yeah,
you.
yeah.
But he doesn't like when I send text and then I
Nah,
delete.
yeah.
Then
No,
you
I
see,
don't
you can
think
look on
nobody
your
wants
phone and then
to
you see delete.
Yeah.
Because I think sometimes they feel like they're hearing from you, hearing something good, and then they see this delete, they wonder.
No,
what's
when I
going
see
on.
deleted messages, I have a whole
Yeah,
argument.
I wonder. Yeah, so I wonder.
Because I want to know what were you
If
saying.
I do that,
Yeah.
it's the brain ain't,
Yeah,
the mind
yeah.
ain't gonna stop.
I
The
love
mind ain't
that.
gonna stop.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying to you?
What
Don't
was
do that.
it? And then when you ask, like, oh, never mind. What do you mean,
Yeah.
never mind?
Yeah,
But you
why
were
deleted
texting
it?
it.
Yeah.
You said
But
you
but
deleted
but
it.
men
There
do
has
that
to
as
be
well
something.
in talking to you about something, and then
Never
they say, oh,
mind.
never
Like,
mind. And you're
don't
like,
do that, man.
That's
but what
the
are you gonna
worst
say?
thing
Or
ever.
I'm gonna say something to you, and when you wait the whole day
Yeah.
trying to one, and
Me
then you're
no
like, what you
member.
gonna say? Oh, you know me, no member.
Yeah.
Let's not look.
Yeah, I do
And I'm
that.
like, why?
Oh,
Why do you
I
do
do
All the
that?
messages
Yeah, I'll be-
say,
sometimes
we need to talk.
I
And
hate
then
that
when
we
it's
need
time-
to
Why are you
talk.
messaging
I
me?
hate
I
we
don't
need
do
to
that.
talk.
But I'll be like,
Whole day I'm gonna
I'm
be
thinking
like,
about
what
what
is
we need
this
to
about?
yeah, we talk about it later.
Like, no, we
And
need
then
to
later,
talk
I
now.
just like-
No, I don't. The fact that you
But
brought it
admit-
up, the speak about
Like,
it.
nothing to you,
Now
know
we
what
have
I'm
to
saying to
talk
you?
now,
Just
babe.
like-
What is it? Because I won't
But
function.
we need to talk, and then when the time come to talk,
Then I have nothing to
oh,
say.
you know, me forgot to make.
Yeah, literally.
Or when the time go, you know, something nothing serious.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
nothing serious. Yeah, it's like that.
Why you
It's
could've
like,
waited
oh,
to
come
see
Yeah,
me
why did you
then?
have to mention
on.
it?
I can't be
Yeah,
honest.
really?
So that one is a cracker. Then we have the one that was saying, what you think about spinning the block.
Mm-mm.
When you say spin the block, what do you mean?
Like someone that you were going out with, and then you go around and then like further on, like Ashanti and Nelly.
Oh,
kind of
what,
thing.
like the friend, like you move from that person to the friend, or
No,
the
like
whole
Ashanti
neighborhood?
and Nelly thing where they used to go out
And
back
then
in
you
the
go back
days,
again.
and then they spin the block
Oh.
and come back and then have a child.
I'm not
together.
really
I
agree
can't
with
lie,
that.
I done that once. A confession, them say.
Real shot,
Confession.
real life.
How did that work
I
out?
done
for
that
you?
once.
Did
And
you regret that or it was okay?
I don't
No,
know
but we
why
need
I
to
went
talk,
back.
They don't
It
say
was
a
just,
word.
it was just wrong.
Yeah.
I should have continued on instead of, you said go
Yeah.
look back. Yeah, you should have. I should
I've
have just.
done it in my younger
look back.
days,
That's what we
and
said, yeah.
it was the second time around was better than the first time.
So you
Right.
spinning black 2 times?
Yeah,
So much time you spinning black?
Yeah, it was good.
Drift.
It was good.
So wait, the black mirror or you still there the black?
The black isn't nowhere in this country now. That's why I said my younger days. In my teens, going in my 20s. I didn't even have children then, babes.
So what was it like spinning the block?
Was it
So I
him?
just said it. The second time, no, it was Jamaica.
It was more
Oh, the
No,
second
no,
time
I'm
was
saying, was
him.
it him? Or
That-
was it the idea of the relationship? Why did you spin the block?
Oh, why did I go? It was him.
It was him.
Because he chased, because we started talking, then I don't know even why we stopped talking. But the thing is, we live on the same road. I live on one end
Oh, well,
and he
there
live
you
on the
go. That
other
don't
end.
help.
Sometimes I've got to pass his house to
Yeah,
go
that
to the
don't
shop,
help.
and I'll
Yeah,
go
yeah.
straight past like this, like a robot, because I ain't looking
Yeah,
at
no,
you.
looking left.
Yeah.
Ain't
And
no
then-
looking left.
How we went back the second time, because he's like, I remember I'm coming from Hertfordshire, I went to do my hair in Cassava Place, because I used to go some far place.
So,
And I went on the bus to go 3 miles, and lo and behold, as I sit in the bus in halfway tree, who come on the bus? And I'm at the back seat, and he come and sit right beside
Right.
me. Eh? You
So
know,
what?
never tonight, because
So
remember
what?
every time I pass me over my head straight, so you don't know
You're
it.
trying to avoid it.
And he's like, you're not come off of the bus, and because I don't want the people in my community to see me talking with him. Because remember, we don't date anymore. He's like, may I come off of the bus today if you give me back your number? I'm like, no. In order to get him not to come off the bus with me, because then they're going to think that we're back together to give him back my number.
Oh.
And then it starts from there. And then, yeah, that was that. And then we part ways. He went to Canada the April. I came to England the May. And then that was it. That's
So
like
life
20
runs.
years ago.
Life changed.
But yeah.
What
That was
do
my
you
only
think about
spin in the block.
spinning the block?
You said, but you
I
thought the
think-
second time was better.
With him.
Because
No,
they
no, I
get
mean,
to
like,
know
we were
the
with-
different-
yeah, we
Oh,
dated
oh,
longer.
You split the block twice.
No.
No.
As in left and go back then left again.
No.
You know
We
what?
parted
I was
ways the
thinking,
second
so
time.
that there's like 2 kind of ways to spin the block, you know.
Yeah.
There's 2 kind of ways. Ain't
Yeah.
There's the ones where you're with that person, you know they're no good for you.
But you
there's
still
something
go
about them
drawing
that's
you back.
addictive.
Because maybe,
There's something there that's addictive.
you're drawn to the.
But there's something
It's
you,
true.
you might be
Yeah.
lacking, you know what I'm
It's
saying? But
Yeah.
there's something addictive. You know that person's not for
But you
you.
still
Mhm.
go back.
But you're
But there's
addicted.
something there.
So
And you know what,
you
that-
play that game.
you have
Like
to have
you're a
that
sucker for
strong.
punishment.
You have to have
You know what I
that
mean?
strong.
It's just like,
But you have
whoa.
to have that strong mind, to
Yeah.
not go there when
Really
you know it's not good.
Yeah.
No, right.
Because
But-
that's kind of like
Go on.
me, like in regards to one relationship,
Yeah.
that it's easily
For
pull you back.
to go back.
Yeah, it's only
Mm.
when I see of the experience that no, this person doesn't.
And this is
mean
what I'm
me
gonna
well.
say. Eventually, you're gonna
Does
see
it-
that,
yeah,
like, no, this.
you
I've got to
doesn't
put a
really-
stop to it.
As
Yeah,
I said, there's
literally.
a connection there that is
Yeah.
keep on pulling you back.
Back,
There's
yeah.
something there, maybe more than one thing there that's pulling
Maybe
you
more
back.
than one.
But
Yeah.
then you have to see that this is not for you
This is not
and
what I
know
want
when
my
to
life-
say
want
no.
for my
This
life.
is it.
Yeah.
I'm gone. Call it a gun. And
Some-
then men are not gonna call it a gun.
No, it's,
It has to be.
stop.
Why
Has
does
to.
it have to be women? We have
Has
to
to.
be
Nah,
women.
but
It has
sometimes
to
They
be.
as well.
That is very
they're not
true.
gonna
Yeah, you
walk.
have
Yeah,
to
it
stop
has
as
to be
the
the
woman.
They're
woman.
not,
Once
because
the
they're
man
getting
knows
benefit
she's
of it.
absolutely
Yeah.
shut
In there, they're not
herself
going
off to me,
nowhere.
that's the only time you'd be like, okay,
Yeah.
cool, I gotta let go.
They're going nowhere.
But if you even give an inch, you have one weakness.
yeah.
They're
Yeah,
staying
a
there.
man will try
And they
to
will,
find-
and they will be still there trying. You've
Yeah,
got to
they're
mentally block yourself.
They
and say,
have to.
nah,
And now the second
I'm not going back there.
the second way to spin the block, and this is for more than men. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, because this is my experience as well.
Yeah,
So you know when you are supposed to be with that person,
Yeah.
but you want to do nonsense.
yeah. So you
So I can't remember the saying, but they're right in front of you, you know.
right in
Tick
your
all
eyes.
the boxes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but you want to.
Have your
All
cake
over
and
the
eat
Becky,
it
Becky,
too. Yeah.
Janet,
Yeah,
blah blah
you
blah.
won't go all over
You know what I'm
the
saying to
place.
you?
Have your
Yeah.
cake and eat it
Yeah.
And
too.
I can put my hand up and say, you know, I'm grateful, I'm lucky
Yeah.
that the one that was, all the qualities of a woman that is
When
supposed
you were
to be looking
playing,
for.
yeah. When you were playing.
I'm playing games,
So wait, you did that as well?
of course.
I think
I'm
it's a
not-
mental
I'm
thing.
not
They
gonna-
still try to test
you was
the
one of them
waters.
ones that was on the
No,
straight
no, no,
path.
no. I have to.
Nah.
I've made mistakes.
Yeah.
And you
I've
learn
made
from them.
mistakes.
And
You know
you
what I
learn
mean?
from them.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm grateful because
Yeah.
I'm lucky.
Yeah.
Because as hard as it is to
Time
get
could have
with
run
the
out on you.
facts.
Yeah.
Time
She could have
run
been
out, yeah.
braided up, everything,
Gone.
you know,
It's true, it's
gone,
true,
locked
it's
off,
true.
Yeah.
everything.
Ring,
You know what I'm saying?
everything,
Ring,
yeah.
boom.
Could have
You know,
gone
and
on
I
your
look
grass.
and say, oh, well done on you, man. I flopped. Or, you know, I missed out.
But that's
whatever.
good. That's good that
I'm
you
lucky.
can. Yeah, that's
But
good.
you have to recognize it as well. As I
Yeah.
said, there's another way to spin the block. You know, that person that you're actually supposed to be with and you let go for one
Yeah.
another cardinal desire or not. And, you know, you come back to that person like, well, yeah, I was supposed to be from the beginning.
And
And-
not
and-
a lot
and
of
this
people
is-
get that luck
And
like
this
you.
is what I
Yeah,
was
that's
saying
right.
in regards to spinning the block. I think that sometimes, you know, you probably meet someone when you're young, but
Yeah.
you're young, they're young.
Yeah. Doesn't work
And
that
you
time.
both don't have that understanding about
Life.
certain things
Yeah.
in life. And you both go off your own way. And again, probably for Ashanti and Nelly, you go off your own way, you probably have kids, he has kids. And maybe when you meet back,
Yeah.
you're getting that person at their best person, their
Yeah,
best
they've
self.
developed now.
They've
They've
developed,
grown.
you develop.
Mm.
Yeah, and sometimes it takes that you
That separation,
going and doing your
yeah.
own thing and
Finding
come back
your own way.
and
I say that's
seeing
the
that
hardest
growth.
way, to
It
be honest
is-
with
yeah.
you. But
It's
it
a hard
happens,
way,
it
but then
happens.
you're getting a grown person.
It
Because
happens.
sometimes we go out with men, like as women, we go out with these men, and we get these men that it's not fully grown.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're
They're
childish
not finished
still.
grown. They,
Yeah.
they still want to just do all sort of thing.
They still
I
want
was
to
there.
explore.
Yeah,
I
they
was
want to
there.
just there.
I
And
was
then
there.
you have where you get this person that's been doing it with other person, like going around. But then when they get to you, they're already at a place that they know
This is
exactly what they want.
Quantity,
yeah.
yeah.
You understand?
I
Done
wasn't
playing
there.
now.
Yeah,
We're
They're
yeah,
done
I don't-
trying to
playing,
settle.
done
And I
playing,
said,
and
I think you lot brushed on it earlier, but you know, you as a man, you or as a person, hopefully, but you feel that shift.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, you know, I got my experience out of the way, and I think I needed to do that to get it, but I would again go and encourage
Yeah,
other
yeah,
men.
yeah.
You don't need to go through the experience to feel like
No.
this is how you're supposed to do it.
Yeah.
You know?
I think
You know what
I
I'm
think
saying to
they
you?
don't need
Like,
to.
you
be-
don't
Yeah,
need
don't
to do all
feel
of
like
that.
you need to spin the block or you need to
Yeah.
go take 1,000
Yeah.
women
Women,
before
yeah,
you
yeah,
find
yeah,
the right
yeah,
one.
Some people
No.
can just find it just
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Some people find it just straight off.
Should have one time, but hey,
Yeah.
listen, hey, good luck with that too, because I don't believe in true love like that. You understand?
You don't?
I don't know.
You don't, huh?
No, I don't believe in true love.
You don't believe in,
Why
you don't
not?
believe in soulmates?
Soulmates?
Yeah.
No.
No?
I'm not with fairies like that.
Soon.
Soon.
Billy, you all need to do
9:30.
this on the next device
Yeah.
and upload to YouTube.
You-
We're
we
trying
say
to
don't
upload it to YouTube, but it does take a while. We've uploaded one so far, and we've got the rest to upload. So we are working on the YouTube channel. We've uploaded one video so far, and working on uploading the rest. I believe in true love today. I believe in true love too.
Yeah, and
I do
soulmates.
believe.
I don't.
Oh, shout out to our viewers.
But
Yes,
yeah,
thanks
I'm
for
not trying
comments
to
and
put
thanks
anybody
for
off.
Yeah. No,
Just-
it's free chat.
Irina,
Because
big yourself.
there's love.
No
long
belief.
time.
Hey, listen,
Come.
you could be
Thanks for
true
tuning
love,
in,
but you
Diana.
still have to put in work.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Oh, I'm going on that.
It's because we haven't been active. Yeah. Okay.
Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, I believe in true love.
All right, let me ask you that then.
Me-
What
me-
is true love?
Sorry, I've been a yammed for too long,
You
so
say
you have to, yeah,
I
you
didn't
have to
believe in
believe
true
in
well,
true love.
I didn't
What
believe
is
in
true
true
love?
love.
What is
but
that? What is
now
it?
I don't
No,
know.
sometimes we mix up love too, you know.
Yeah,
That's right, that's
yeah,
right.
twisted.
You know what I'm
Sometimes
saying?
we
You mix up love with
Yeah.
infatuation.
It's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Love.
No,
But when
Love.
you're young, you don't know the
but
difference.
it's good,
You
you
have
know.
to
It's
learn
good
it.
to
Yeah.
it's good
So
to
what
say
is
what
true
is
love?
true love
Yeah.
for true.
If you have to
It's
learn a
true
bit
love.
about
I
love,
think
what
true love is all about compromise.
What I do believe, love conquers all.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
everyone's love does conquer all. There's the most powerful emotion.
Jenna,
Yeah.
why do you believe in true love? Message us.
Hey up. No, I'm joking.
Hi, Diana.
Message and let us know why you believe in true love.
You
I
gotta
do.
you know me already, D. You gotta come with the facts. You gotta come with the reasons. I'm saying to you.
Yeah, I do believe in true love. I think because of what we
She
have.
said due to some good experiences.
I have to believe in true love because
Good
why?
experiences. That's good.
Somebody
Wait, hold on.
experience
But if you're saying experiences,
It
I'm
should-
not trying
yeah.
to get to you, D.
Yeah.
That's
You
multiple
should-
people.
you should have.
It's not one person.
It should
No,
be
me-
true.
You know
Your
what I'm saying?
one
Is
true
that
love.
one true love?
Yeah, your one true
But
love.
maybe,
But do you
they
do you
said
only
that you
have
have
one
multiple
true love?
soulmates.
Yeah.
though.
do you
I've
have
never
to
heard that
have one?
before, personally.
So one
Multiple
person is
soulmates.
the
Yeah.
soulmate?
No, I've never
I
heard
don't
that
believe in the
one before.
soulmate thing. That's
Okay.
what I said, innit? I don't,
Okay.
to be
Yeah,
honest
you
with
believe
you.
in
It's
true
just
love.
one
Yeah,
soul.
yeah,
so
yeah,
that, you know,
yeah.
you have
And like I said, I'm not trying to be a dampener. I do want to emphasize
Due
the
to a good
importance of love.
experience.
I do.
What I would say I believe in true love because I think I just have to believe the audio.
Well,
You gotta have some hope.
yeah.
No, I
Lazy.
no
You
because
have
if
some
you're in like you've dated not just one person or you've dated
Yeah.
there's like my first true love and all you know that you have a love there at first is when they say love hurts, I feel that love hurts.
There's a
Right.
much
Do
powerful
you
one.
understand?
Yeah.
But and it's not everyone that you go into a relationship with, you get that hurt in love. So
Facts.
there's something
There's a
within
difference.
that one that hurt you.
There's levels.
That mean you have a deep level
love,
of love for
that
that
person.
person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when they do anything, it's like it's cutting into you like a
cutting
knife.
like every
Ooh.
single thing, and I think that love is the love you're
Yes,
in
true
because
love.
there's love and there's in love.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
believe there's
right.
love and
There's-
in love,
there's that.
and when you're
I
in
believe
love,
that. You can be.
yeah, when you're in love, that's when it hurts.
Facts.
You understand? When you're in love, I
When you
think
love, it hurts as well.
not as deep as when you're in
in
love.
love.
When you're in love, you
Yeah.
can't eat.
You
You-
can't
you
sleep.
can't
Yeah,
sleep.
you have no control
Yeah,
Yeah,
over
you
your
can't
head.
function. You
Control,
can't
like,
Just saying
function.
I'm
like,
telling
wow.
you,
You
it's
can't
like
function.
you
I
can't
need to talk to that
sleep.
person.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know
and
what I'm
then
saying?
Like you
more
can't go
they-
through the day
and
until
the
Yeah,
more
I need to
they're
talk to that
avoiding you, the
Yeah,
more
yeah.
you're it's
Killing
like,
you
it's like
inside.
you're dying
Yeah,
inside and
yeah,
you can't even
yeah,
say
yeah,
you're
yeah,
dying.
yeah.
Like
No,
that
but
in
do
love
you
thing is.
think that you can fall out of love though?
Of
Like,
course,
when you're in
Yes.
love,
That's
Quick,
enough.
yeah, it
Yeah.
takes time. I'm
Yeah.
telling you to
100%.
be in love.
Because if the
It's
person-
not. It's not like when I love this person, but then when they're gone, I'm just that's it. When you're in love, it takes a bit more time. That's
okay,
why.
but there's
That's
this saying
why.
that true love never dies. So if you was really in love with this
Yeah, but
person,
that's the thing.
was
You
the
never,
true
but
love
then
that was
you always
in love.
have. You gotta
That's
think that
not the
person
true
will have a
love.
piece of your heart forever.
Yeah.
In fact, most people that even it don't have to be true
Yeah.
love, but it's, if
They
you
took a
had
bit
that
of you,
level
but
of
yeah.
I love that person,
yeah.
They take
a
they
piece
take
of
that
your heart
bit-
with
yeah.
that
Will
person,
be
bro.
there. It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
I'm being dead serious.
Yep.
And you might,
You
I
just
said,
know
if it's a
that-
positive experience, as Diana's saying, you're never ever gonna think negative that person.
And then this is why, because that person broke your heart and
Yeah.
took a piece of it,
Mm.
your natural instinct now is to guard your heart.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
You learn,
I
that's the
never want to
learning
feel
process.
that again.
You're just like, oh
So
shit.
here goes my
how
guard,
can I
here
do
goes my
differently
barrier.
next
Yeah.
time?
I'm not gonna open up to anybody like that again because that did not feel nice.
Especially as I said, if it was a good experience, it actually ended
Yeah.
nicely,
Yeah.
civil, everything. It's like you always that person will have a good place
Yeah.
in your heart. They got a piece of it.
Mhm. In love.
So
Have
do
you
you guys
never been
think-
in love?
Do you guys think that you can like fall in love more than once?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been
It
there.
takes time
I've
the
been there.
second
But I
time
said
round.
there's
yeah.
levels. There is levels.
Yeah.
Because to be
There is
honest,
levels.
like you can.
I think the
it
second
takes
time is
time.
gonna take a lot of work.
It takes
It
takes
will.
time.
That
Because
person
you
will have
can-
to proper work.
Yeah,
You
they,
will
they,
go
they,
off your
have,
previous
they have to
experience.
feel certain things,
They have to
and
put
yeah,
all
you're
the
definitely
stuff.
You have your
gonna
previous
go up.
experience.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a hard gap to fill, but
Mhm.
But then
And what I don't like is a man who work for that, for your emotions like that,
Right.
only to break
and
your
then
heart
break.
again.
That's the next
well,
thing.
you know, a lot of men pretend.
That's the next
That's
You know,
thing.
true.
a lot of men can
That's
pretend
true.
for a long time.
Yeah,
You know, we touched
yeah.
it a little bit earlier with the whole
Yeah.
undercover business, all of that.
Yeah.
Da, da, da. men can pretend for a long
Yeah.
time to get what they want,
Yeah, it's true.
especially when it comes to
Yes,
from a woman.
I'm a great pretender.
There was a show
They
called The
sing about
Pretender.
it.
We used to watch that back in, remember?
And they have the
When
song.
you change about and do different life, The Pretender.
This is a
Wow.
song.
I believe-
Don't you hear the
Yeah.
song from back in the
Yeah.
days?
What
Yes,
is the
I'm
song?
a great pretender.
Yeah, they were talking about an
From
adolescent
that
show as
like,
well.
yeah.
One of the boys was basically saying, "Oh, I basically got to do all of these things if I want to get a woman."
Yeah.
And it's like, right, so what if you can't do all those things, bro? You're gonna have to pretend.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what he said. You're gonna have to
You know what I'm saying?
pretend.
You're gonna
Yeah.
have to pretend.
Yeah.
I'll say Jamaican men are like that due
Oh,
to stories
natural
that my mum
ink,
told
right?
me.
They
that
That's a
they
natural
special
ability.
Yeah, natural pretender.
Yeah, the
That's
natural
a natural
fast
ability,
pretender.
man. So what I'm here, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
like-
know what I'm doing.
They will read out
It's just like,
everything.
really
So
though.
your head starts swelling.
You can't even walk.
Yeah, you're asking
Like,
us
Yeah,
this thing.
yeah.
Wow.
But this is,
God.
well,
Yeah,
I'll
head
ask
us
you lot
swell.
this. Like, what do you do to protect yourself from men? If you know, big bad men, oh wow, what do you lot personally do to protect us? Not physically,
Yeah,
not saying you're in
mentally.
danger,
Yeah,
but
mentally.
mentally.
You're not.
Who you're flexing with, who you're
Yeah.
giving your time to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying to you? What do you lot do?
For me is I've got a block,
A
like
barrier.
a barrier.
Okay.
Yeah. I try not to like
Giving too
give in
much.
too much.
Like
or
because
too
as I
soon.
said, you get all of these experience from your past.
Yeah.
When you're in love,
Yeah.
and they get away with a lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how I learned from that is, I'm gonna if it's someone that I know, yeah, we're building something.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you, and but there's certain things I'm gonna still hold back. So I don't. The heart is not gonna. It's not gonna.
You're not gonna get it.
Not gonna
in
say I'm not
one
gonna
go.
ever reach that part
Yeah.
in the relationship, but you have to. I give a little at a time.
Alright.
Whereas the other relationship, I dive deep down.
Right in.
I'm like, yeah, I
But
love
then
this man. This man love me,
if
so
you're
I dive
both,
in.
if you're both doing that though, like, are you guys pretending? Because I just go all in.
No, it's because your first.
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is your first time, so you're gonna.
Not really.
Well, if
As
it's
your
your
first
second
love,
time,
then
yeah.
your first deep love.
When
Yeah.
I look back on my past experiences,
You'd have to say so.
I feel like those were just lost. And
Well,
I feel
there
like
we go.
I'm in love.
That's
But
a-
we've
so this is
we've
your
been
love. This
in
is
love.
your deep
That is
love.
your
Yeah.
first
In
love.
love.
Yeah.
Whereas we've been,
In
or
love.
I've been
And we've
in
been
love
hurt
before
in love.
and hurt in love
Yeah.
and produced
you-
kids in love.
In
So
love.
you guys,
Yeah.
therefore,
so you guys
That's
are
the highest
women in
level.
mentors now because you guys are pretending.
we're not pretending.
not
We're
pretending.
just
There
not
is-
giving
said
our
that
all.
There is a
That's what
slight
we're saying.
difference.
But
We're
if
not
you're not
We're
giving
not
your
diving
all,
Hold on.
deep.
There's a
Because
slight
you're
You
gonna-
can't give
you're
your
gonna
all
get
straight
the-
away to somebody
because
when you
you're
don't know what they're on
gonna
about.
hurt
They'll get
again.
hurt again.
There is a slight
Come
You
on.
have to like
But you have
take
to kind of
baby
have faith
steps.
in them.
No, you don't.
Think about it
You're
this way,
having
think about
faith,
it
but
this
not
way.
giving
Yeah,
everything.
You can't have gone through an experience and it
And
didn't
then do
go
it
right
again.
and you
Yeah.
do the exact same
And
Same
thing.
thing
then- come
again.
on, that means
That's the
you're not
definition
learned.
of crazy,
That's
right?
Talk of a punishment.
That has been
We're not
I
gonna
am
do
it
that.
because
Said that I
that
said
was
I'm going to
We're
fall.
gonna readjust.
exactly.
However,
Yeah.
you lot are saying what you're saying.
Yeah.
How do you also make yourself aware? I've got a barrier,
Yeah.
so I need to understand when to release what, because it can go all the way to
Yeah.
the wrong way.
Yeah.
Brother's really interested
Yeah.
in you, but
But if
he
we
just
see
can't
brother
get
doing, if
anything.
we see brother doing the right step, what he should be doing in a
Okay.
relationship, yeah, the
Okay.
barrier's gonna
Naturally,
Gradually
right
But
down.
what about this? What
Yeah,
if
but
this barrier
you know what
is
I'm saying,
making it
though?
hard for the relationship to
No, but
end?
that's what
Can
I'm
do.
saying.
It can do.
It's gonna go down, you
Because
know.
you're making them do extra work just to get a
I
little
wouldn't,
piece
but
of
that's what I'm
No.
saying. It does your barrier involve, man, for example, it's a real superficial thing. You know what? My previous baby father didn't spend £2 on my kid.
No,
so
it's
the
not
next
about
man's got to be making 50k.
No,
Is
no,
that,
no,
is that
we're
what the
not
barrier
like
is?
that,
You
no.
know what I'm saying?
No, we're not like, that's not the barrier
It's
we're
not
talking
the
about.
barrier. That's
I'm-
not.
Our
Yeah,
barrier
understand.
is
Stupid
based
example,
on like how you
you need to
communicate
understand.
with us.
Yeah.
Yes.
If we're going through something, can we talk to you about
Yeah,
it?
it's the
Are you
simplest
there
thing,
for
you
the
know.
long run?
It's not financial.
How you bond with
barrier.
the
And I
children
understand
as
that, because I know
well?
I can feel
All
your
those
vibe.
things,
Your
because
ain't
it's not just
superficial.
Yeah, it's
Real,
not
real,
a,
real.
It's
Yeah.
not a
Right, real chat.
financial.
Yeah.
It's
Real
not
life.
a financial
Yeah.
thing.
It's
'Cause
not about
basically,
money.
Like past relationship,
Yeah.
Talk
communication
about
was
your,
not.
your wider peers then.
communication was not.
Because
a
you
thing.
have other women advise you and say like, look, boom, bam, you should be
No,
expecting X, Y, Z
No, we
from your
No.
next man, from
No.
your next
We
partner.
don't
You
work
know what I'm
like that.
saying?
Just
Like,
No,
we
we
don't.
don't.
No.
No.
We just kinda
Like,
push
like,
them
all right.
away.
I'm gonna give you an example. Us as friends,
Mm.
she don't say to me, you know, say I'm supposed to give you this. I don't say to her, you know, say I'm not. No, because we're not about that. Knock wood and thank God, we can help ourselves in that department. We're not rich,
Yeah.
we're not
But
wealthy,
God is helping us
but
through.
we're not hungry, we're not outside,
Mm.
and we can get ourselves from point A to point B. So we don't have to be like, we need a man to do this.
Yeah.
And
Financially,
no, we need
yeah.
a man to stand up beside us, saying, love us.
Just
for
let me
us.
say
Go on,
something.
of course.
What I look for in a relationship now, that I was like, past relationship, finance was fine, yeah?
Yeah.
Financial situation was okay.
Okay.
But the lack of communication,
It was a
the
big
lack
issue.
of like not just communicate, the lack of
Turning
spending time
Yeah.
together,
Time.
that was not there. And though there was finance, you're getting money where at times you're getting money if you say this one to the kids you this, you're getting that, but you don't have
Getting the
time.
person, yeah,
You're not
getting
having that
bond with the
person. You're not having they can't sit and relate and say, you
Yeah.
know what, this is my day and it's
Yeah.
it's coming back.
Absolutely.
It's flowing.
Yeah.
You understand?
That's
So
fair
being
enough.
in a
I can't
relationship
argue that.
now is basically I'm gonna want that person because I'm not looking for the finance because finance is
Yeah.
not. I can't talk to the money. I
Yeah.
can't come. I can't
And the
relate
money
my
will
day
come,
with the
it
money.
will
Money
come.
can't
You
have
It
understand?
comes and it
Yeah,
goes.
money
It
is
will
there.
come.
Money can't allow
Money is there for material
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
So I need that person. I need a purse. I don't need a
You don't
Robert.
want a wallet.
I don't want somebody
You
I'm
want
just
an ATM.
talking to the wall. I need somebody that will be able to. I can talk to. I can say, how
So,
was your
like,
day? How
living
was your
with
day?
you. Yeah.
Like communication wise, because I'm like, and it doesn't really have to be living with you.
No,
At first,
I'm just
but
using
yeah.
it as
Yeah, but
technology. you know what I mean,
once
with you
once
in
there's
life.
communication, because I feel that there's a lot of barriers that can break with communication.
Yeah.
Yeah, and through communication, you know if you're on the same page. Do you understand
I'm
me?
not gonna argue that.
If
as
you
well.
can't communicate with someone, you're not even gonna know what page. And that
Yeah.
I did that for 18 years.
Boom.
You understand me?
Can't
Because
argue that.
the communication there's a break in the communication. As I
So
said,
there's gonna be a
finance
lack
might
of
be there,
understanding.
and then you have them
Arguments.
thinking,
because
you have
can't
them
even
thinking,
talk to the
but I
person,
give you
they're gonna
money
take
to
it the
buy
wrong
this, or
way.
I give you money to do this,
Yeah,
and the money
and men
to
will
that.
come back with
And
those
it's-
reasonings.
yeah.
But
Yeah,
you
yeah.
shouldn't be upset. You
that's
shouldn't
not
be
it.
Yeah,
because
I give you
I'm
money.
da-da-da-da.
Communication.
Not saying
Money
that, no,
isn't
no,
all.
Communication
I'll give you
and being fair.
one
Being
piece of
fair.
advice.
I know
Saida.
that it's
One
hard for
piece of
men to be
advice
fair, but
from a male perspective, right? Because you have gone through your previous experiences, you have to readjust, you have to apply what you've learned. No arguments for that. But consider the man's perspective as well.
Yeah, we do.
In the terms of the brother you're choosing, he's been straight, he's been
Yeah.
narrow, he's done things right. Yeah?
As I said,
Don't
the barriers
punish
will
him
come. No, we won't.
For the
We
No.
won't.
previous man's
I don't
crime.
We want
you
to
know,
stop,
to
and that's the thing.
best
We
of
view
your
this
ability.
person as a whole
To the
different
best of your
person.
ability. I'm not saying you're not doing
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
yeah, but I
Why that
understand.
price?
No,
Yeah,
no, no.
don't price.
I don't
But
take
but
somebody.
like-
No, I
Yeah.
don't
You
take
vented to him,
somebody
you know. You
fat
told
and
him
fried,
about
no.
all your bad experiences.
Yeah.
Du-du-du-du.
That's one thing
Yeah,
I
that's
won't
what
do
we
either.
want.
If it was like I'm the one
No,
that's suffering
that's
for
the
it,
next
I'm
thing. No, that's the
taking
next
that.
thing I won't
But
do.
I'm not saying on
I won't tell a man everything about my
previous
past
experience. Yeah, careful with
relationship
that.
because you know
Careful with
what
that.
men
Careful.
play upon that. I've
Yeah,
seen
facts.
men play up
Be careful
on
with
whatever
that.
you tell them.
You ain't telling no lie.
Yeah.
Another advice.
So
be careful with that.
I never ever tell them everything.
And then they try to base the new relationship off of what
Yeah,
you said.
yeah, and they're like,
Right,
but
right,
you
right.
used to take this or you used to take this from that man or
Yeah.
that man they used to treat you like this and
Right.
you never
And
said
no,
no.
no problem.
So does it excuse you to do that
Exactly,
same? No, if
right.
if
Be
it was
careful.
okay with him, I wouldn't leave him.
Yeah, exactly.
You understand?
Facts.
So you have to, as women, we have to know what information we're giving out as well about.
And I
our
feel
previous.
like if you're with a new person, you should even be going on about the
The
past.
old,
It's in the past.
old,
We're starting
old.
anew. Let's let go and let
Yeah,
God.
because as I said, if you're already applying what you learned, it's fine.
Yeah.
I have to bring up the whole nitty
Yeah,
gritty.
no.
Yeah.
You know, I'm applying what I've learned from that
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Can I just ask a quick question as well if you
Yeah.
want to move on? Yeah. We've mentioned communication quite a few times.
Yeah.
What to you lot is the most important part of communication?
set it straight from the get go.
Okay.
Say what it is
So
from the
we've,
get
we've,
go.
we've mentioned that, being
And-
direct.
Yeah, being direct and then I can decide if I'm with it or.
I
I'm
don't
not
want
having
it.
it.
Something I want or I
Okay,
don't
so
want.
But be
straight.
upfront, yeah.
Mhm.
Be
Anything
upfront
else you
about
think?
everything that's going
Anything
on.
with communication, yeah?
I don't know. I feel like transparency is good as well. Like when
Transparency.
it comes onto communication,
That's a
because you
good
can
word.
communicate and say, "I'm going here," but
It's not clear.
be transparent
Yeah.
about who you're going there
Yeah.
with. Like you can't just communicate.
Yeah, like what
Just
I
a
said
little
a lot,
part.
like what I said in the
Transparency.
previous.
I'm not here, that's
Like
it.
what I said in the previous live, I said transparency is different from, like I was saying, somebody saying, "Oh, I'm going out there," so like, "Oh, where are you going?" "I'm going to my bedroom." That's different. That's communicating. Transparency is, you know, soon come I'm going this with my brethren. You understand me? So there's a difference. Yeah, there's a
Yeah,
difference
transparency. I
with
like
that.
actually.
Yeah, so
I
that
learned
is
that.
very,
That's something
very.
new. I learned.
Yeah, that's very key. Is transparency. So I don't have to ask you
Yeah. It's
where
clear.
you're going, babes. You're already telling
Yo,
me.
why am I
So
going there? You know
yeah,
what I'm
so I'm
saying?
not gonna question or I'm not gonna call you,
Yeah.
and I'm not gonna
Fine.
say nothing like that. So I think transparency definitely.
For you, Daniel, what's communication? What do you see as being
Hey, listening, bro.
listening?
Yeah,
Okay.
100%. You know,
That's a good
that's
one.
a good
Because
one.
if you
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
again
yeah.
now,
Brother.
it's not it's just
So,
over them heads.
everybody be like, yo, you need to communicate. You need to
Yeah,
communicate.
you can't
communicate.
communicate. Someone is
You
not
don't even know how to
A lot of people
listen.
don't have the
Communicate
skill
and
of
You know what I'm
listening.
saying?
Yeah.
Someone got, you need to talk.
Yeah.
You need to talk. You
Yeah.
don't even know how to
Somebody need to
listen, my
listen.
friend.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
asking somebody
Give
that
me the
they
chance
need
to
to
talk.
talk,
But
they
you're
need
not
to communicate.
listening. You're not
You ain't got
good
no
listener.
listening
Yeah,
skills,
yeah.
man.
That's
You
it.
just want to
Do you
talk.
understand what I'm saying to you?
Yeah, you
You
just
have
wanna
2
talk.
ears, one mouth.
Yeah.
What do you think's more important, blood? Like, come on, nice. Quick mouth, simple mouth. You got two. You have to
Listen.
listen. You
Listen.
have to
It's
listen
true,
to what I'm
it's
saying.
true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not obviously the comment, but listen to respond or react, but listen with intent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying to you? Somebody's talking to you, my partner, we're talking in the scope of my partner's talking to
Or,
me.
or they take what they want from the conversation.
Yeah, I'm gonna
They
take
do,
the
you
first
know.
part,
They
the last
take-
part,
yeah, they
and
take
everything
what
else.
they want.
They didn't hear the important
I didn't hear
bit.
nothing. You understand?
Nothing.
That's what I'm getting at.
They just
What I
take
don't like
they-
That's what I'm
in a
getting at.
relationship is when you have to constantly repeat yourself about
Good,
something.
Shows
yeah,
that you're not
listening, bro.
They're not listening. They're
You're
not
not
You're
listening.
listening.
Not at all.
Because that's the thing, Saida.
Mm-hmm.
You need to talk. You need to talk. You've already talked about it 50 times.
Yeah.
Somebody ain't listened.
Yeah.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi. Yeah,
Where did she
listening.
go?
She's late to the party.
Oh my
We're
god.
about to wrap it up.
Yes.
So I just wanted to ask that one quickly.
Any other one, Mel? Shall we?
I think we went into
We were talking about
yeah.
one today on the phone, but can't for some reason can't remember what it was that we were saying. It was a part. It's a little bit about the Jamaican parents, but there was and we touched a bit of it when in the beginning. But yeah, I think we can wrap it up now anyway because we've gone over a time.
That's because I made you lot.
Yes,
Keep
it's
it
good.
going, bro.
That's
It's
why
good.
whenever we got a mail.
Yeah,
Yeah, because you can get it back.
Yeah, yeah,
Get it-
feedback,
You can bounce off,
yeah.
Feedbacks
you know, the
from
different
there.
Your perspective versus our perspective.
For sure.
So yeah.
But it was good. It was a
Well,
good
you know,
one.
Thanks for having me, you lot, as I said, man.
Don't forget to
Yeah.
subscribe.
You can come again,
like,
Daniel.
Yeah, anytime
share.
you lot want me,
You can
We're on
come again.
Instagram,
You know.
Facebook,
I'll try and make
TikTok.
it down there.
and YouTube. And that's at Real Chat, Real Life. And thank you guys for coming. Thank you, Daniel, for coming.
Yeah.
Lovely
Enjoy your
having you.
weekend,
Yeah, man,
guys.
stay blessed, people. Stay safe.
Yes.
And
And
stay watching us, yes?
Yes.
So stay in tune.
we're on all platforms. We're just trying to get it up and running.
We'll
So we
get
do
there.
appreciate your likes, your subscription, your follow. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend.
Phone a friend, boy.
Yes, please get them likes.
Alright, we're
up.
closing out with our lovely prayer. Oh Lord, help us to trust you in the midst of the hardships of our life. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivereth him out of them all. Psalms 34, verse 19.
Amen.
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 And that said, what is under my nose?
We're out.
Thank you guys. Bye.
Have a good weekend.